be fooled by press photos of the camouflaged Mercedes-Benz EQS 2023 SUV playing in the sand. While most of the recent ride in the pre-production model was indeed spent off-road, the natural environment isn't something out of Lawrence of Arabia. Instead, it's made up of steep inclines and narrow trails on designated trails. Located in the yard of the Mercedes assembly plant in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. The plant was recently retooled to accommodate traditional Mercedes SUVs such as the GLE and GLS classes, as well as the upcoming EQE and EQS electric SUVs, the latter of which is slated to begin production in the next few months. Both models will receive lithium-ion battery packs manufactured at the company's new battery plant located near Bibb County. The EV SUV will also set the stage for many new electric models under the Mercedes EQ brand, including the EQB SUV and the EQE sedan. While the company chose to remain silent on various specific details about the new EQS SUV during the short trip, it was able to see it perform on the aforementioned off-road trails. Also gets the first close and personal look at its undisguised interior, at least from the front passenger seat. First impressions are pretty limited, and one wonders why Mercedes chose to travel almost exclusively off-road, given this vehicle will likely see trails as often as the Jeep Wrangler sees autocross lanes, but we're impressed nonetheless. The EQS SUV shares the platform, wheelbase and battery pack with the EQS sedan. That means this is the second EQ model and the first SUV to be built on the company's Evo 2 modular platform. It measures 126.4 inches between axles and draws power from a 107.8 kWh battery. The version that is ridden features an all-wheel drive, dual-motor configuration with an undisclosed output. However, bet that the final numbers will be similar to the powertrain of the EQS 580 sedan, which has 516 horsepower and 631 pound-feet of torque. Unfortunately, it was not treated to any launches or high speeds in the EQS SUV prototype. Instead, it did a few short runs on a well-paved test track, noting its quiet cabin and very smooth ride, aided by standard air suspension. The sample train is also equipped with 21-inch wheels sporting 275/45 front tires and 285/45 Pirelli Sotozero all-season tires at the rear. Despite the oversized rims, the thick sidewalls of the tires provide plenty of cushioning with no noticeable effect on handling. Then again, our ride has never been more intense than someone vying for an open parking spot at Target. When the EQS SUV first drove off the tarmac for a bumpy 2-lane dirt road, thought maybe it's time to shed some light on its dazzling 56-inch hyperscreen, which is optional, not standard. Undoubtedly, this is a showpiece, but similar to the EQS sedan, except for the passenger display that can play live video. Sound only plays through the headset, and if the driver looks at the screen, the monitoring system detects it and turns off the screen to comply with safety regulations. Surprisingly, the driver was able to reach out and interact with other menus in the passenger view while driving without any problems. Instead of an overview of the infotainment system, seeing our test driver set the EQS SUV to off-road driving mode, a setting not found on the EQS sedan, and knowing that it raises the suspension to maximum driving height is another detail to wait for, while also changing the characteristics of the powertrain and control system. Stability. Then continued our journey through rough terrain until we reached a steep cliff that led to a shallow pool of water. The EQS slowly descended hills and crossed water barriers before effortlessly climbing the 42-degree incline as indicated by the inclinometer on the dashboard without any wheels or drama. Perhaps his most astonishing feat is his agility on the narrow, winding road, which we're told is narrow by 2.5 meters 8.2 feet in places. Big Machine, the driving prototype of the EQS SUV, has a completely undisguised interior, the first time Mercedes has shown its space. The design looks almost identical to the inside of the EQS sedan, but Mercedes says there's more headroom. Unlike its sedan sibling, the SUV version also offers a third-row seating up to 7. The fit and finish of the cab looks production-ready, and is a big fan of useful storage solutions throughout the cockpit.